Well, hello there, and Happy New Year, everybody. Hope 2025 is a great year for everybody out there as we wave goodbye to 2024, 2025. Hopefully, it's the best year you've ever had in your entire life. For us Giants fans, it certainly can't be any worse than 2024. I'm your host, Bear Dog, representing the NFC East Roundtable as I go around the NFC East Week 17. We'll start with the pathetic New York Giants. The New York Giants, who hadn't won a game since early October, decided to pull one out against the Colts. Drew Lock decided to turn into Tom Brady and have 5 total touchdowns. It was the first time since 2014 when Eli Manning did it. We had 4 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown, as the Giants, who had scored 59 points in the previous 6 games combined, somehow find a way to put up 45 against the Indianapolis Colts, win their 3rd game of the season, and lose the first overall pick and drop all the way down to 4th, pretty much taking them out of contention for Cameron Ward or Shedeur Sanders, which was really the only reason Giants fans continued to watch this pathetic dumpster fire of a team this year, giving us some kind of hope that perhaps new blood under center would give us some spark, some renewal, some rejuvenation, and some hope. Instead, they win a meaningless game like they do every time. It accomplished nothing. We're now 4th in the draft. We take on the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know who's going to play for the Eagles, but it would not surprise me if the Giants ended up winning that too, because the Philadelphia Eagles, who demolished the Dallas Cowboys 34-7, have locked themselves into the 2nd seed. They cannot lose. They cannot gain. They're stuck there. They'll be playing the 7th seed a week from Sunday or Saturday, whenever they play, a week after the regular season. So they really have nothing to play for. And it wouldn't surprise me if their starters rested. I mean, they don't get a bye. It would make sense. Saquon Barkley's about 100 yards. I don't know the exact total. He might be 100 yards exactly away. It's right around 100 yards because Barkley had 168 yards against Dallas. And Kenny Pickett tore them up. And then their 3rd-string quarterback, I don't even know what the hell his name is, McKee. I forgot what the hell his name is. I knew it before I hit the record button. Don't get old, people. This is what happens when you get old. You forget stuff. I thought it was Tanner McKee, but maybe I have his name wrong. You can kill me in the comments section. But even he threw a touchdown to A.J. Brown. Just goes to show you really don't matter who's under center. Then when you're throwing to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and you can hand the ball to Saquon Barkley, you're pretty damn good. You're going to be just fine. And as much as it pains me to say it, because you know I can't stand Philadelphia, they're a pretty damn good team. There's no doubt about it. It wouldn't surprise me if their starters played a half. You could kind of do it like a preseason game and see if you can get Barkley close to the record in the first half. And what a fitting way for it to end, for the Giants to be absolutely humiliated and embarrassed for Saquon Barkley to break the all-time rushing record against the team that decided he wasn't worth the contract, although they did try to sign him a couple of years ago, but Joe Shane kind of brushed him aside, looked like a total buffoon on Hard Knocks, and now it's really coming back to rear its ugly head. I've said before, I'll say again, there's many people that talk about the NFL being scripted. I will never believe that. However, if somebody were to tell me the year was going to be scripted the way it is and Saquon Barkley was going to break the all-time rushing record against the Giants in the last week of the season, I would tell you that is definitely a script. Somebody definitely wrote that, because that is just way too unbelievable to be the truth. But we'll see what they do. Dallas, they've had a tumultuous season as well. They've kind of been up and down. They lost Dak Prescott earlier in the season. They've never really been good, even with Dak. They've never really been bad. They're just kind of falling apart. They're just kind of going through the motions. They're stuck in purgatory, but this is the first time in a long time, probably since 2020, I believe, that Dallas hasn't made the postseason. Normally, it's Philadelphia and Dallas fighting for the top position in this division. Philadelphia remains there. Again, this is another year where we do not have back-to-back NFC's champs because Dallas did not repeat. Philadelphia are the champs of the NFC East. So again, we have a non-repeat champion since 2004, I believe, so 20 straight years. We have not had a back-to-back division winner in this division. But Philadelphia continues to look really good. They are really on fire. Their defense is playing. They're firing all cylinders. I mean, they look good right now, without question. However, whoever they play, right now they'll play the Packers. That is a very tough matchup. The Packers are pretty good. They played opening week of the season, and it was a really good game. Philadelphia won in the end. You go to the Commanders. And this is why you look at the Commanders, and this is why Giants fans got so up in arms about us winning the game. I'm not saying Cameron Ward or Shedeur Sanders is on the level of Jaden Daniels. However, you see what Jaden Daniels has done for the Washington Commanders, a team that has been total shit for 30 years. As a matter of fact, this is the first year since the Commanders, then the Redskins, won their Super Bowl in 1991 that they have won 11 games. They only won 10 games 3 times since 1991, and they hadn't won 11 since 1991. They've had a great year. They've had a lot of close calls. There's another one against Atlanta, winning it in overtime. Jaden Daniels right down the field, scores a touchdown. They had the Hail Mary against the Bears. They have played some really close games. They beat the Eagles at the end of the game. They have had some really close games. They're a very exciting young team to watch. And in my 41 years of watching football, never in my wildest dreams as a Giants fan would I sit here and tell you that I'm a little bit envious of the Commanders, because we normally always beat their ass since I can remember. But I've been lying to you if I said I wasn't a little envious, because I do think Washington has a very bright future. They have the quarterback of the future. Terry McLaurin is really good. They have a really good running back by committee. Their defense still needs improvement, but hey, their defense isn't bad. They have a ton of cap space. They got another draft. They're looking good, man. Maybe if we don't have a repeat champion in 2025, maybe the Commanders are the team that wins the NFC. I know it ain't going to be the fucking Giants. I can tell you that, because we absolutely suck ass. But the Commanders look really good. The Eagles look really good. I would love the Eagles and Commanders to play in the opening round of the postseason, just because I love when the NFC East teams battle one another, because I know one of them has to lose. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I do think that everybody's going to win out here, Washington and Green Bay, and I do think that Philadelphia will play Green Bay. But, again, it's another year where the Giants aren't in the playoffs, and another year where we just scratch our head and sit here with no hope going into next year. So I don't know what it is for Giants fans, but, like I said, man, the Commanders look good. The Eagles are looking good. Cowboys just going through the motions. Not a good team this year. And, we didn't get to do an NFC East roundtable this past month. Obviously, December's busy for a lot of people. They got the holidays and Christmas and football. And, LB's busy. I'm busy. Louis T's busy. It's hard sometimes. But our goal is to give you 2 shows in January. So hopefully we can do that soon. I would like to do it opening round of the playoffs, although I'm not going to have much to say. I'm kind of just going to sit there. Me with a paper bag on my head, who the hell knows? I guess a paper bag's better than a plastic bag, but either way, as Giants fans, you can put any kind of bag over your head at this point. It's just really pathetic. But the NFC East, man, kind of had a little bit of a flip to the script this year, and we'll see how it plays out going forward. Obviously, Week 18 doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot for a lot of teams outside of Minnesota and Detroit, who play the biggest game of the year in the NFC. It should be a great game without question. The winner, even though they're going to have 14 wins, is going to be the 5 seed and have to play on the road the entire postseason. And the winner's going to have the number 1 seed. And I actually think the NFL needs to do something about that. There's just no way that the NFC South division winner, whether it's the Falcons or the Buccaneers, should be hosting Minnesota or Detroit. That's just not even fair. That's ridiculous. You play in a really shitty, weak division. You should not be rewarded because Minnesota and Detroit play in a very tough division. Shouldn't be rewarded like that. They need to do something about that. I think the record should matter when it comes to postseason rankings. I don't think the division should matter. I just don't. It's just my thought, but it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, listen, man, that's all I got in this video. I didn't have much to say. There's not much for me to say as a Giants fan. I just want this freaking year over with. And I got 1 more week to deal with this crap, and then I'll watch everybody else in the postseason. I'll sit on the couch. I'll keep a couple of seats here for Washington and Philadelphia when you join me, hopefully. And I will see you in 2025. Enjoy your new year, everybody. If you're going to go out tonight from the old, listen, as an old guy, I'm going to tell you this right now. Go out, have fun if you're young, drink it up, party it up, but be responsible, man. Don't get in a car. Don't get behind a wheel drunk. Don't do that stuff. When I was growing up, man, I had to go to a payphone, look at a phone book, and call a cab, right? You can just on your phone and then get an Uber. Do that. Don't be stupid. Bad diggity dizzle. Happy New Year. I'm out. Peace.